Okay, welcome back. Going to do something a little different today. We're going to play some 25-50 cent Limit Holdem. Going to play 4 tables, and I've basically put my entire bankroll out on these 4 tables. I've got 50 bucks in PokerStars account right now, so I put $12.50 on each table, and right now I'm waiting for the blinds to come. No limit, I'll usually just go ahead and post in most cases, but in limit, the blinds are such a big part of the game, that are such a big percentage of the pot, that I'll just go ahead and wait. And Limit Holdem is actually where I first started, back in probably 2004. I started playing poker at PokerStars, and I began with the 2 cent, 4 cent limit game. And that's where I learned, and started reading books, and started just working my way up through the limit ranks. 5 cent, 10 cent, 25, 50 cent, 1, 2. Never really got too much above 1, 2. I play a little 2, 4 and 3, 6 at other sites. I always found the limit games above 1, 2 pretty difficult for me to beat. I'm not saying they're not beatable, but above the 1, 2 level at PokerStars, you have a lot of good players, and game selection becomes very, very important. And see, now this is a spot right here where I'll usually just go ahead and call. Take a flop. I'm already halfway in. Kind of a shitty hand, but. And for those of you that aren't very familiar with the limit game, it plays a lot different, because your implied odds aren't nearly as big. So, in spots where in no limit hold'em, you're going to try and get in there with pretty much any pocket pair. In limit, since you're limited by how much you can win on any given pot, that you're not necessarily trying to play every small pocket pair. So it becomes a lot more positional. No limit, I'll play deuces under the gun, and in a limit, depending on the game, if it's an aggressive game at all, you got to muck the deuces under the gun. You're looking to play the deuce, 2s, 3s, 4s, those kind of hands in a late position. And also in limit, you've got to build a pot as you go. You can't just wait and get it all in on any given street. You got to get money in. You got to get your value in on every street. So it plays a lot different. A lot of times it's harder to disguise the strength of your hand in limit, because you have to, you only have a finite number of opportunities to get money in the pot. So. Limit's a much more technical game because of that. You can really look at pot odds and calculate your outs, and you can get a much clearer idea of what's going to be in the pot, and you know, in no limit, it's kind of an unknown. You know, how much, if you make your hand, how much you'll get paid off. In limit, you have a pretty good idea how big the pot's going to be. If you hit, you know, you'll have a pretty good feeling if you'll get you know, you can say, well, if I make my hand and I bet and I get, you know, 1 call, 2 calls. Whereas in no limit, you could possibly stack some people. There's no way this hand's good here. And this hand might be good. Until I get raised. It looks like I might have made something there, but I think it might still be bad. No, we won't find out. Fold that under the gun. And put a little raise in with the ace-queen suited. I'm going to take a card off here. Let's see what... I'll probably go ahead and put a bet in on the turn just in case they want to fold. Bet out here. And this is interesting. I end up making 2 pair. I'll go ahead and bet again. See, the limit's all about value. If this pot would have been checked to me in a no limit game, you know, I'm gonna have to really think before I make that river bet, because anytime you make a bet no limit, you reopen the pot to possibly get bet off of the pot. Whereas in limit, if you make a bet, all the guy can do is make it another bet. So, you know, if you're wrong, you can go ahead and just make the call. Whereas in no limit, you might have to lay a hand that had good showdown value down. Where, you know, in limit poker, if you have a hand that has good showdown value, well, you just go ahead and make the call. You know, if you're paying the guy off, you're paying him off. It's one more bet. So, which is something I like. You know, one thing about limit poker is that you can look people up without, you know, costing your whole stack. And I definitely like both games. I find limit poker to be a little more fun. You know, as far as just purely playing cards, it's more fun. And no limit's more exciting, but not necessarily more fun, because there's more stress involved. But no limit can certainly be more profitable. I don't think anybody's going to argue that. Yeah, I probably could have picked that pot up, but I'll let him steal it instead. Well, that's a nice hand. Open the pot with. One bet, you know, semi-bluff the gut shot draw. And I'll be check folding. also used to play a lot of limit poker at Party Poker. Back when U.S. citizens could play there. Every single month they'd have $50 or $100 bonus, deposit bonus, that you could clear by playing X amount of raked hands. And I remember time to let this hand go. Knock that bonus out. I had I think I could only play 4. I can't remember for sure. 4 tables of Party Poker. 50 cent a dollar game, and clear that bonus quickly. Back in the glory days of internet poker, when nobody knew how to play. I'm just gonna keep firing. It's gonna keep on firing. I was gonna fire no matter what, and this guy didn't, he wasn't buying it. And this table is slowing down, so I might have to find a new table soon. To be quite honest, it's been a while since I played limit poker, so I'm definitely going to be rusty here. Quick time check, getting close to the end of this first segment. This guy stole my move. That might suck. Could have flopped the nut flush draw with a pair. I'm glad I don't show me more cards. Be agonizing. And I'm going to go ahead and call it quits on this segment. And I will see you guys in just a few minutes.